How to prepare your work truck for valve troubleshooting. Having everything you need on hand to effectively troubleshoot and fix valve issues in the field can save you both time and money. In this video, we'll show you the tools, fittings, and parts you may need to diagnose and repair valve issues that inevitably come up in the field. Mechanical valve parts wear out over time, so it's a given that they'll need to be replaced at some point. Stocking a few key items on your truck can limit extra trips to your distributor when replacing a worn-out part on a Hunter valve. Parts to stock. One advantage of using Hunter valves is that the various models share common parts. If you typically work with 1-inch, 25mm Hunter PGV valves, you'll notice that they all use the same diaphragm assembly. All Hunter valves also use the same solenoid, another valve part that wears out over time. If you happen to service systems that use battery-operated controllers, you'll discover that they use the same DC latching solenoids. Keeping a supply of the parts you use frequently will save time on service calls. Stocking a few complete valves on your truck is also a smart move. You can use the individual parts as needed, or swap everything from an old valve aside from the valve body. If you service commercial systems that use larger PGV valves, you'll want to stock a few diaphragms for 1.5 and 2-inch, 40 and 50mm valves. Hunter ICV valves are available in 1, 1.5, 2, and 3-inch, 25, 40, 50, and 80mm models with glass-filled nylon bodies. Hunter offers the same size options in the brass body IBV valve. The 1.5 and 2-inch 40 and 50mm valves use the same diaphragm assembly. There's no difference between the glass-filled nylon and brass assemblies. If you're planning to store replacement diaphragms, we recommend stocking Hunter Filter Sentry mechanism models. They work as replacements for either valve style and minimize the number you need to have on hand. Of course, if you frequently repair systems that use other manufacturers' valves, you'll want to have the proper part inventory and/or a couple of the most common valves you service readily available. Fittings. Most valve repairs involve replacing worn components. Typically, they don't require any fittings, since you can make the repairs without removing the entire valve body. If you need to replace an entire valve, it's usually best to dig out the entire valve box, cut out the valve, and reassemble the pipe and fittings. Telescoping and other specialty fittings help with repairs to existing piping, and they should be used only as needed to complete a difficult job. Using unions for valve connections can eliminate the need for digging and cutting out the valve in the future. If you reserve space on your vehicle only for the systems you install often, you should have all you need to complete an entire valve replacement. Tools. It's important to always be prepared by storing the right tools for the job on your truck. When excavation is required, you'll need a few typical irrigation job site tools to help with digging and trenching. These must-have tools include irrigation wire and gel-filled wire nuts, or DBO B6 direct berry splice kits. You'll also need some common job site hand tools, such as pliers, screwdrivers, a drill with drill or driver bits, wire cutters, wire strippers, a hand pump, and pipe cutters. Some specialized tools you may want to have on your truck include the following. Hunter Roam Remote. Some controllers allow you to use your smartphone as a remote, depending on the manufacturer. With a Roam or Roam XL remote, you can save time on the site. Voltmeter. This tool allows you to measure voltage, learn how to use it, and always have one available to help diagnose issues on the site. Clamp meter. If you work on 2-wire decoder systems, this is an essential tool. Be sure the model you purchase can read down to an accuracy of 1/10 of a milliamp. Valve troubleshooting device. The Tempo Station Master Pro, or Armada Pro 50 digital AC/DC solenoid activator with multimeter, can help to identify issues in the field. Hunter Node BT Controller. This battery-operated controller can help you get a zone running until you can have time to diagnose more difficult issues. Also, be sure to keep a supply of 9-volt batteries to keep these tools up and running. Other general items you might want to keep in your work truck are the following: wire labels, duct tape, electrical tape, marking paint, flags, spare blades for pipe cutter, PVC primer and fresh solvent weld cement, indelible marker, caution tape, 5-gallon bucket, multi-tool, pinch clamp tool for poly pipe, rotary pipe cutter, and propane torch, etc. If you work on Hunter 2-wire systems, you may want to consider these two Hunter-specific tools. Hunter ICD HP Programmer. This time-saving tool is designed for use with Hunter ICD decoder systems. It's used to set up, operate, and diagnose Hunter ICD and dual decoders. Hunter EZ DT Diagnostic Tool. When working with Hunter EZ decoder systems, this handy tool helps with installation and maintenance without uninstalling the decoders. Here are two additional specialized tools you may want on hand. Wire Tracker. This tool is used to trace wire paths in the ground. Ground Fault Locator. This device is used to find breaks or nicks in buried wire. It's important to practice with these tools so you know how to use them when the situation calls for them. Often, professional irrigation distributors will rent these out, so it may not be necessary to invest in your own. However, you may want to take stock of rental charges and the time you spend picking up and returning rental equipment. If you find yourself needing these tools on a regular basis, buying your own may be a more cost-effective option. Being prepared for the most common valve troubleshooting and repair situations can save you time when you're on a job site. Stocking the most common parts on your truck, as well as the tools needed to effectively address issues, can make your service calls quicker and more profitable. To learn more about our complete line of industry-leading valves for residential and commercial applications, visit hunterindustries.com.